To address the issue of electric vehicle battery range in winter, a taxi driver has come up with a clever solution, driving without the heater on and instead using a blanket. This is not about saving money, he says, but about covering more miles. If he uses the heater, he's either on his way to charge or stuck charging.
Well, what do we have here today? Looks like the EV range is not as advertised. Or is it? Let's take a look. Hey everyone, welcome to my enthusiast channel. In this channel, I always talk about my own BMW X1 and X5 and like to chime in my opinions and thoughts about EV, electric cars. On top of that, I also share my family vacation videos, and if you are into this sort of videos, I don't know why, you might want to consider subscribing to my channel at the link down here below, as I love to have you as my subscriber. The last video I posted, I get these sort of comments. Here, 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 and here. So
guys, try not to drive electric cars in winter if you can help it. I'm stranded here, literally stuck because my car won't move anymore. Can you believe it? With 16% battery and 48 kilometers of range left, I can't even engage D. Just earlier, I could only go at 40, then it dropped to maintaining only 20, and now, here I am, stuck. Luckily, it's a small car, so I can push it. Yes, I'm pushing my own car right now.
In a video, a man is seen frustrated by the insufficient range of his electric car in winter.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm pushing a car. Should I carry the tripod on my back? I look like a fool holding a tripod, facing the traffic, and pushing the car in reverse. What an experience today. Carrying a tripod and pushing a car. What bad karma did I create? What kind of life is this? Now I have to push the car for 2.2 kilometers.
look, I'm not saying you cannot drive your EV car during cold weather. It's just that you're not getting much range. Is it? Or am I wrong?
A popular blogger with 3.4 million followers, Play Car Research Society, uploaded a video to test the range of a specific electric car brand over a 400-kilometer highway journey. At the start of the video, a man shows two figures, a range of 434 kilometers and an odometer reading of 23,539 kilometers, reminding viewers to note these numbers.
The range was 434 kilometers, and our round trip was 360 kilometers, leaving 60 kilometers to spare. Now we're down to 130, and the motor speed is 11,200 rotations per minute. If we go faster, it exceeds 12,000 rotations. We drove 100 kilometers on the highway without air conditioning, and the battery went from 434 to 273, using up 161 kilometers of range for just 100 kilometers. I swear, if I drive an electric car for long distances again, I'm an idiot. They say electric cars save money, but it's a joke. We have now reached a stop in Weifang, started at 23,539, now at 23,711, with a battery range starting at 434, thinking I could make a round trip. But just getting here, I'm left with 70 kilometers of range.
Hey guys, I have an idea. If you are watching this video and you have an EV, might want to consider do a test run, a 400 to 500 kilometer run if you are living in a hot climate. See what sort of range you are getting. Try to do two test runs. One without air conditioning, I know it's going to be hot like an oven. The other one is with air conditioning. See what range you are getting. Post the result here, or maybe share the video with me.
He then begins charging the car, ironically sitting in a fuel car with the heater on while charging the electric vehicle. He calculates that he drove 172 kilometers from Jing'an to the charging station, starting with a range of 434 kilometers and ending with 74, effectively consuming 360 kilometers of range, but covering only 170 kilometers.
Even without the air conditioning, it's still tough. We thought we could make a round trip, but just arriving here, we're freezing without the heater. Calculating the cost, to fully charge the car, it would take almost 60 kilowatt hours at 1.4 RMB per kilowatt hour. That's 84 RMB. This 84 RMB can run 180 kilometers. If you use the heater, it might be less. If you spend 100 RMB on gasoline, you could drive over 200 kilometers with heating and air conditioning. Ah, it's so tough.
Those EV enthusiasts keep saying you have to precondition your car before you charge. What do you mean? You need to burn more electric juice just so that you can charge in the electric juice? Do we do that in ICE vehicles? No, wait, let me think. Alright, we just picked up the nozzle and just put it into the gas tank. That's about it.
The woman in this video said, "This is my life of
我这
freezing.
挨冻
In
的日子
winter, the electric
是
car
来
isn't
了。
efficient. Without heating, it's like sitting in an ice
电
cellar.
车
I can't stand it,
冬天
and
也
the
不给
passengers
力
would
呀。
freeze. But if you turn on the heater,
不
it
开暖
consumes so
气
much
吧，
power. I'm afraid
跟
it
坐
won't
冰
last
窖
a
一
day.
样。
It's so hard." Numerous videos on Chinese network depict similar scenarios. I've been driving my electric car for 3 hours, freezing to death, and it's still not warm. People tell me to turn on the AC, but it's too cold, and I suspect it's broken. I'm going to get it fixed. My feet are freezing. Oh my.
After driving 40 kilometers, I have 40% battery left. In Harbin, where it's minus 20 degrees Celsius, using the heater is a luxury I dare not afford. Don't ask me why. How do I prevent frost inside the car? The trick is to open the windows while driving in winter.
Well, I guess many people have been sold a lie. The electric range is not as advertised. I wonder who would have thought of that.
A video from Hunan, Changsha shows a passenger and electric car driver discussing the lack of heating due to the cold.
If we turn on the air conditioning, we won't make it. We haven't turned it on since we got in the car. I can't stand the cold. Exactly, especially on highways. If it's 300 kilometers, maybe you can only drive 80 kilometers with air conditioning. What about snow? Don't turn it on then? Move back a bit in Changsha here. But the passengers can't take it, brother. There are elderly and children. What to do? I don't know. They say it's like this around Changsha. I've only driven this car for a few months. I haven't driven in winter. I asked them, and they said that's how it is.
The passenger can only express their helplessness at the cold reality.
The thing about this video, I know many people will say never trust anything coming from this channel. The question you might want to reconsider asking yourself is, who are those people who are recording all those videos and posted it on the social media or in the forums? Are they from China Observer? Or are they the regular folks in China themselves, just sharing what they are going through? Is that negative? Is that wrong? Or is it just negative things about China is no, but anything negative about USA is good? You tell me. Write in the comments down below. Let's talk about it.
Meanwhile, electricity prices have increased by 70 to 80%. Douyin bloggers have been vocal about the exorbitant rise in electricity cost, pointing out that driving an electric car is becoming almost as expensive as driving a gasoline-powered vehicle. Now the charging price hike has shocked me. Have they gone mad? A few days ago, it was 1.1 yuan per kilowatt here, and now, do you know how much? 2.1 yuan, a direct double increase. Even gasoline prices don't dare to rise like this. And this isn't even the most expensive. Recently, a netizen shared their charging bill, 2.98 yuan per kilowatt. Let me do the math for you. For a 100 kilowatt battery, charging from 0 to full cost almost 300 yuan. In summer, it's okay, with a range of 500 to 600 kilometers, about 0.5 yuan per kilometer. But in winter, like in our northern cities, the range is barely 300 kilometers, costing 1 yuan per kilometer. So the price is already more expensive than many petrol cars. But the blogger also mocks. But you can't blame new energy. They say it saves fuel, not money. When you think about it, it makes sense. But I think you're too anxious. Right now, the number of new energy vehicles is only over 17 million, while the total number of motor vehicles in the country is 420 million. You're talking about a fraction of that. Wait until new energy vehicles completely replace petrol cars, then raise the prices, and then ban home charging. Wait for the exploitation. That would really be satisfying.
Wait. I know you guys are going to say, never trust anything coming from that particular channel. Well, let's go to the United States. Come on.
Good to see you. Love you too. Okay. Bye, baby. Off we go.
Our first charging stop, Elkhart, Indiana. We traveled 112 miles. The battery was supposed to take us 219. Backing up skills required, by the way, to access the rear port.
You're not good at backing up?
Well, I'm good at it. They just crash into things.
A half hour later, we're back on the open road. Charging stop number 2, Maumee, Ohio. According to the car, the battery should have taken us 205 miles, but we'd only gotten 127.
So you see, even in America, the same thing. This coming from the mainstream media. On top of that, this is a Tesla. With Tesla comes with superchargers. There's a lot of them in America, and still they are facing the same thing. What do you think, guys? Look, I think current technology is just not meant for this type of condition driving. However, just for short trips, I think they are fine.
The morning offered a chilling surprise.
So last night when we parked the car, we had 38 miles remaining. This morning, didn't do anything overnight, 15 miles remaining.
Might as well stick to the tried and tested ICE cars, which uses dinosaur juice. At least you know one thing. When you park your car overnight, you wake up, it has the same range.
The Tesla software routed us to the nearest supercharger in Sheffield, Ohio.
Oh, gosh, we could have gone another 15 feet.
Stopping off in Girard, Ohio for our second charge of the day. At this point, we've traveled 87 miles since our last charge. That's 46 miles less than anticipated. With the battery charged, we headed back to the highway. 3 more stops to juice up the car, each time only getting between 58 and 69% of the mileage that the car had estimated. After 2 days and 808 miles of roads with next to no traffic, we reached New York City in just under 17 hours of driving, plus charging. About an hour longer than the car had estimated, but 3.5 hours longer than a gas car would have taken.
Oh, well, that was a ride. As Jim Farley put it, it's a very valuable reality check.
I'm pretty sure most of you have taken a long road trip. An extra 3.5 hours is eternity. Well, we're going to stop there. What do you guys think? After watching one from China and another one from the opposite side of the world in USA. Make your own conclusion. Write in the comments down below. Let's have a discussion about it. That's all for this video episode, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button, give it a thumbs up down here below, and nevertheless, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love to have you as my subscriber. Just click on the subscription button down here below. I'm Chester Cheng, I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.